What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Ask Me Anything. If you guys enjoy this, we'll start doing more of these. We used to do these a lot more often, but it seemed as though most people had their questions answered, and so we kind of stopped doing them for a little while. But I'm excited that there's a bunch of questions today. So guys, if you're watching this live, just let me know. Say hi, give me a thumbs up or a heart. If you're watching this on a replay, just comment replay. And basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to go through the questions that you guys are asking me one by one. And so if you have questions that come up as I'm answering some things, then go ahead and post them in the comments, and I will be sure to try to get them answered live today. All right. Can everybody hear me? Make sure you can hear me. If you can't hear, you may need to refresh your screen. All right. Cool. Let me know if you guys can hear me. If you're viewing this right now, I just want to make sure because someone said they can't hear. All right. All right, cool. All right, so let's start with our first question here. So this question is, how do you find the best audiences to advertise to on Facebook for wedding photography, for example? So this is basically, you have to think back to what is the hesitations, what is the problem, what is the solution, and where are these people spending their time, energy, effort, where do they work, where do they live, where do they play in relation to weddings specifically, right? So as soon as someone gets engaged, they set their status on Facebook to engaged, right? As soon as they do that, you're able to target those people. So for weddings, it's really simple to be able to target people that are engaged, but then you need to narrow that down a little bit more to attract the specific type of bride or groom that you're going after, right? And so think a little bit more, like what else are they going to have to be interested in? What pages are they going to be following as they're planning their wedding, right? So like wedding dresses, engagement rings, wedding rings, all of those things are targetable on Facebook as well. And so I would probably spend some time trying to use those for the targeting. And in our Facebook ads course, we actually sell, we have a cheat sheet that's all specific interests that you can be targeting on Facebook. So I think we have it for boudoir and families, maternity, weddings, family, headshots, a lot of different things. So if you are already a member of the course, you can just go into those cheat sheets and you'll be able to use those interests to be able to target. And we also sell just that cheat sheet alone by itself every once in a while in this group. We do like little flash sales. I think we sell it for like $7. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Okay. So that's that question. Next question. What are your suggestions for increasing the audience in a Facebook group, and why do you think Facebook groups are a good marketing strategy? So I love this question, right? So I want you guys, when it comes to groups, to pay attention to how I run this group, okay? Because there's a lot that you'll be able to learn. When I post, how I post, why I say what I say, why I get you guys to interact, why we remove people from the group every month, right? Those are all specific strategies that I would tell you to pay attention to. Now, Facebook groups are such a good marketing strategy because there's not really many other places that you can build a community around your brand, right? And so look at Instapot, for instance, right? People came out with Instapot and then they bought it and then they had no idea how to cook in it, right? And so all of a sudden you start seeing all these Facebook groups pop up for Instapot recipes, daily Instapot recipes, right? Well, these people are creating a community around a brand that already exists, that has popularity, right? And then they're just simply doing the work that these people could be doing. They could Google recipes on their own, right? But instead they join this group so they can get it served to them, all right? In addition to that, if they saw success with those recipes, they're going to post it, right? So it's going to create more engagement in your group. And so Facebook groups are really the best way to reach your audience for free once you've got them in your group. Now, getting them into your group is a different story, right? So especially when you're first starting a group, it may be difficult to get that first of all the numbers up, but also to get the interaction and engagement going. And so one of the best ways that you can increase your audience in your Facebook group is by running ads. Okay, and there's two different approaches. You could boost a post that you put onto your page, your Facebook business page, but you don't use the blue shiny button to do that. You go into your ads manager and use an existing post as an ad. That ad can just be a link to your Facebook group, but that doesn't necessarily work as well as some of the other strategies. So that may or may not cost you a lot of money, and it also may have a lot of bounce rates. So people may click on it, but then they're not going to actually join the group. And so you want to give them a reason to join the group, right? And so a really good way to do that is through a lead magnet. So if you can come up with a really good lead magnet for your specific niche, like a wedding planning guide, and as soon as they click on it on the ad, it goes to a landing page, they opt in for that. The thank you page of that can then say, thanks so much for downloading our wedding planning guide. Make sure you join our VIP wedding planning group to get more tips, tricks, help, all that kind of stuff, right? So that's what I would recommend to increase the audience. Running ads is amazing. And also running group grow contests within your group to get those current members to go out and invite their friends in. All right. So that's that one. Next. Giveaways. Can you talk a little bit more about your giveaway strategy? I watched all your lives on the subject and found it incredible. All right. So the giveaway strategy that we teach is something that is exclusive to the course. So basically what it is, though, is we're giving something away, right? And the idea here is that it's not that we just want to get bookings. It's that we need leads, right? Because the more leads that we have, the more we can send them emails, we can nurture them, we can send them client testimonials, we can get on the phone with them and call them and talk to them about why they would want to do or have an experience with us, right? Stuff like that. And so the idea is really to just get as many leads as possible, because the more leads you have, the more you can continue to reach out to people, right? But I would encourage you to check out the Facebook ads course, because that's going to really help. And if you're not wanting to, jump in and spend money right now, then we also have a free 7-day Facebook ads challenge that it's posted in the group here. I would encourage you to check that out as well. Let me just post here. I'm just going to post in the comments really quick. If you guys are interested in the Facebook ads course, you can go ahead and click on the link there, and that will allow you to read more about it before you purchase. All right. Next question. All right. When it comes to retargeting, what's the minimum amount of link clicks needed to set up a retargeting ad? I tried setting one up, but didn't have enough people following my website for it to work. So with retargeting, generally speaking, if you want to retarget people that have visited a specific page, then that page has to have at least 1,000 visitors in the last 30 days or so. Now, there are exceptions to that rule. If you're currently running an ad that's getting high traffic going to it, 50 or so people a day, you can technically start running an ad to retarget people that have seen that page. But you would want to set your budget really low. So maybe even $3 to $5 a day, because remember, if 100 total people have seen that page right now, and you're spending $5 a day to reach those people, you're probably going to reach all 100 of those people in one day, right? And so the more people that you can send traffic to a page, the better. And that's why when I talk about using lead magnets, people always get frustrated because people aren't actually opting into their lead magnet, which I understand. However, they're still going to that page and showing and expressing interest, which then allows you to then be able to retarget them with another ad because you're getting high traffic to it. So again, there's always a dual purpose to everything that we do with marketing. And those ads that you run that are specific for retargeting, they can do really, really well, but you do have to have some type of audience first, right? And so I would say videos are the easiest way to do retargeting. And so if you start and launch a video with a video views ad objective, let that run for 3 weeks or so, it should only cost you about 3 to 4 cents per video view. Then what you can do is you can go in and you can retarget the people that watched a certain percentage of that video. Because obviously if someone only watched it for 3 seconds, they're probably not as interested as somebody that maybe watched it for 2 minutes, right? And so you retarget people based on the percentage of the video that they watched. So that's my number one go-to retargeting strategy. All right. Next question. I had the same problem with retargeting to my email list. I only had 120 subscribers and my ad was not delivering. Oh, okay. So that was basically answered in the last question. All right. So Cynthia says, okay, I only have 12 subscribers on my list. People are clicking links, but not signing up. So this is where you are being told what's working and what's not. If people are seeing your ad and clicking, and they're going to your landing page and they're not opting in, then what you're offering them, they don't want. Okay. So you may have piqued their interest with the copy that you had for your ad, but then when they got to the landing page, something is not right on that landing page. It's not convincing them that what you offered them is something that they need. And so this is where the split testing comes in. Facebook ads are not a magic pill. You don't launch your first ad and all of a sudden everybody just floods in and starts giving you and handing you over money. You have to tweak it. And so when you launch your first ad, I typically tell people that it will fail because you don't know necessarily what you're doing, right? But you need to be learning every time that an ad fails to see what the possibility is as to what went wrong, right? And there's a lot of different components in ads. So you've got the actual ad, and in that ad, you have your copy and your headline and your sub headline and the body text and all that stuff, right? So any one of those number of things could be contributing to why your ad's not working. Then we go over to the landing pages and the entire funnel system, and we have a bunch of things that we can evaluate there too. Where are the buttons located? What's being asked? Are we telling them, that we're going to guarantee some type of thing for them, or they're getting a discount, or they're getting a deal, right? All of that requires a different type of approach. And so if you only have 12 subscribers on your list right now and people are clicking, and they're not signing up, it's time to go back to the drawing board and redesign your offer. Okay. All right. Facebook ads objective. About the giveaway strategy, do you prefer a message objective that sends people to your bot or a conversion objective that also sends people to your bot? So the message objective is a conversion objective. So when you go to launch a message objective ad, you'll see that it's showing what the objective is on the first page when you're starting to do your audience and whatnot. So I have exclusively used the message objective for most of our giveaways, especially for Boudoir. All right. All right. So what's the average monthly spend expected for running Facebook targeting weddings? So there's no real set budget, right? But I will say this, the companies that can afford to spend the most always win, okay? And we know that that's true because we look at companies like Budweiser, right? They have one of the world's shittiest beers, but they are known throughout the whole world, right? And people continuously buy their beers. But why? Why do they buy their beers? Well, they buy their beers because of horses and frogs, right? These are the commercials that they're showing us to buy their shitty beer. So they're tying in their shitty product with something that men want, right? Hot women, or after a hard day's work, or whatever it is, right? They're selling it that way specifically. But because they have a shitty product, they have to spend a ton of money on marketing, right? Whereas you look at Ferrari, right? Ferrari doesn't really spend much on marketing, right? Because they have an exceptional product. And so there's two things that happen there, right? When it comes to us running ads as photographers, if your product is shitty, you're going to have to spend a lot more on ads, right? So make sure that what you're shooting and everything is fantastic. It's of the top-notch quality, right? But then beyond that, it's where do you want to be and what are you trying to accomplish? So if you're going to do like a giveaway, an engagement session giveaway, you're probably going to spend like $500 on that in 1 month, but you're not going to do that every month, right? And so a lot of it comes down to, have you developed a specific like 3-ad strategy? What is the first ad you're running that generates and allows them to discover that they need you? And then what is the second ad that you're running that's giving them more and more value? And then what's the third ad that you're running that's retargeting them and getting them to actually book with you, right? So typically there needs to be an awakening moment. Then you need to give them value so they start to trust you. And then in that third ad, you can ask for the sale. So it really is up to you. I have people that spend a couple $100s a month, and I have people that spend $1,500 a month. It really all depends on what your end goal is, how well you've developed your funnel systems, your email follow-up, and all of that stuff. All right. Okay. Somebody said, what are the first 3 action items after creating a group on Facebook? Love this question. This is a good question. All right. So you created your Facebook group. You have no people in it, and you don't know what to do next. So first thing you need to do is actually create content in the group first. One of the biggest things that you can do, and what we did when we first started this group, and we're actually filming a new video to pin to the top of this group now as well to replace our old one. But you want to create a video that sets the expectations for the group, right? And so, depending on what your group is, let's just call it wedding photography. It would be like, hey guys, my name is Easton. Welcome to my group. This group, we're dedicated to helping you guys plan a stress-free wedding. On Tuesdays, I encourage you to join us because we're going to be going live with tips and tricks every week, right? So being consistent and giving them something to look forward to. But then you don't want to just add a bunch of people to an empty group. And so have some informational type value things, like not just here's a few pretty pictures that I shot last week. What do you guys think? Or black or white, which one? No, like actual helpful things, right? So if someone is, if it's a boudoir group, right, then you want to help them in their decision-making because they're probably a little bit hesitant, right? Because it's a big deal to make a decision to do a boudoir session. It requires them to be brave and courageous and vulnerable all at the same time, right? So you have to think of those two things, right? But at the end of the day, you've created your group, create a welcome video that kind of outlines what is happening, pin it to the top, and create like maybe 6 to 10 more posts in the group that are helpful, that link to blogs of yours, things like that. Video testimonials from past clients would be huge to put in there. But that's what I would do first. Make sure that your group is going to be a welcoming place. As soon as people request to join, that should be something that when they get in, they should be seeing all that stuff. You also want to set up your membership questions. And a great idea that we started doing is asking for an email address. And the cool part about that is there's a software that I made a video about like last week or something. You can find it in the group where when they give you your email, you can actually automatically draw it out of Facebook and export it directly to your CRM system and send automated emails right away without you having to do anything. So go check out that video because that's huge. So make sure you have the membership question set up, you have a welcome video set up, and that you post a bunch of things in the group before you start inviting people. And then when you start inviting people, you can't just invite all your friends. Okay, it's a huge mistake that people make. A lot of photographers would openly admit to you that they wouldn't be able to afford their own services, right? And so that would probably mean also that your friend group may also not be able to afford your services. So having a whole group of people that can't afford your services, probably not the best idea, right? But what I would do is start going after people that are legitimate people that maybe already are on your friends list. Maybe there's some people that own spas. Maybe there's people that, have small businesses. Those people would be much more likely to do it, have the money to be able to afford it, but also they'll probably talk about it too and pitch it to their clients for you as well. So there's just a few ideas that I would throw out there for what you should do after you create your group. All right, hope that helped. All right, Michelle, tell me about StreamYard. So guys, if you are watching this stream right now, I'm using a software called StreamYard. I have used a lot of these different types of softwares recently, and this has now become my absolute favorite. The fact that I can display the comments on the screen is great. The video quality is amazing compared to Be Live. And it also allows me to broadcast in multiple different places. So this is going live on our Facebook business page as well as in our group. And one of the cool things is it also auto like subscribes or auto does the closed captioning when you're posting to your business page. So you don't have to go back and add all of that, which is really nice. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. If you guys are interested in learning more about it, I will post a link for you in the comments here. All right. Again, it's called StreamYard, and it has quickly become my absolute favorite. All right. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Yes, StreamYard, you can also screen share. You can move things around. The view, if you watch, maybe I didn't do a video with it yet, but the screen sharing is amazing, and you're still able to see you and the screen, and the layout for that is one of the better ones that I've seen. All right, guys, you have any other questions, let me know, or we will wrap this up. Hopefully these were helpful. I'm not sure if I'm seeing all of your comments or not, so just let me know. I'm in StreamYard broadcasting this. All right, what app, website are you using for email marketing and the workflow of it all? So for me, I use a program called Entreport, and Entreport is absolutely amazing software. It is $300 a month. So my CRM alone for the Art of Six Figures cost $300 a month. So I know that a lot of photographers, that would be a little bit out of their range. And so, I mean, it's really up to you, right? Like, as far as workflow, if I was a photographer doing a brand new ad, I would probably not start with Entreport just because there's a learning curve and there's a price point that's pretty crazy. However, we have found that as far as the funnel system goes, ClickFunnels is by far the absolute best. It's so easy to set up, and the fact that you can do upsells. So let's say someone wants to buy a session from you for $199 special. Then as soon as they click to see that, they can actually click a little box that says, add another $99 to my sale and allow me to do 2 more outfits during my boudoir session or something like that, right? So ClickFunnels by far is the absolute best landing page and funnel system that I've seen. We use it for every funnel we have at Art of Six Figures. And then for email marketing, if you are kind of just getting started and you don't need a ton of different sequences going out, Flowdesk is absolutely amazing. And let's see, MailChimp is affordable, but it's really difficult to figure out. It's not very user friendly. There's other ones called like Constant Contact, Active Campaign. But I think Flowdesk is one of the cheaper ones. It just doesn't have the high functionality like an Entreport or something like that, or even MailChimp. All right. Any other questions, guys? Let's see here. Just scrolling through the questions. Give me a second here. Awesome. If you want the cheat sheet, I'll post about it after this is over. So someone just asked, this is my first time here. I just joined the live or joined yesterday. Are we all still waiting, or is this the live session? This is the live session. So go ahead and ask away if you've got more questions. I'll hang out for a second. Chris, I see you asked a question mark, but I can't see what it was in reference to. Someone asked, what are you using for chat stream? Are you asking like how am I communicating with you and reading your comments right now? Because that's all done through the software I'm using to do this live stream, which is called StreamYard. You can go to the link that I posted in the comments for that. All right. All right. So what apps or software are you using for these live feeds? I see comments and watermarks you are adding in. How do you do this? So this is all done through StreamYard, guys. All right. StreamYard is the software that I'm using. So the way that you guys are being able to see the questions pop up on the screen, you see my logo in the upper corner, all that is done through StreamYard. And StreamYard is also what is allowing me to broadcast this into this group as well as on my business page at the exact same time. And it's bringing all the comments from both of those places into the software that I'm looking at so I can see all the comments in one spot. All right, here, I'll post about StreamYard one more time for you guys. There's another link for you. All right, let's see. We got some other questions coming in. Chris asks, are you taking on one-on-ones? I need to straighten a few things out. Yes, I am, guys. I always take about 7 to 10 people per month, and I work with them one-on-one. And we, in that program, it's an 8-week program where the two of us will work together to build your entire marketing infrastructure. After everything is built, your funnels, your emails, your blogs, your chatbots, all that stuff, I help you with. And a lot of it is already pre-done for you, so you just have to sort of copy and paste it. Then after those 8 weeks and everything is done, then I launch the ads for you. If that is something that you're interested in, working with me one-on-one, please just send me a PM on Facebook, and we can start the conversation. Typically, I have you jump on a call with me so that I can look over your business and see if we would be a good fit to work together. If we do get on that call and I decide that you're not in the right spot for us to work together, I'll give you the different steps that you need to take to be able to get to that point so that we can work together. So it's nothing personal. It's just that I have very specific systems that I developed, and our team has developed as well. And if I don't think that it's going to be, right for you, I'm not going to take your money and then just allow you to fall on your face. So I'll make sure to let you know what to do. And if you guys want reviews on people that have worked with me one-on-one, at the top of this group, there's a topics section. And there's one that says Artist Six Figures, AOSF reviews. Check that out. There's over 50 of them. A lot of them are video interviews with the people I've worked with, telling you how much money they made, how many leads they got, how much money they spent to get those leads, etc. All right. All right. How do I decide what ad to run if I need seniors to sign up to be a studio influencer? I would probably just run a simple traffic ad to a landing page for people to apply to be a studio influencer. Okay. I'm getting ready to do a giveaway flash sale in June, but I need bookings. Should I run a model call or wait till after the giveaway? If you need bookings, the giveaway typically is what gets you the most bookings in the quickest amount of time. So, and in our course, model calls and giveaways are the same thing. They're not really model calls. They're more giveaways. We're not just asking people and calling out for models. All right. I need help thinking backwards. I would normally post on my landing page and then boost it. I know that's not a good thing to do. All right. I'm not sure who this is, but if you need some help, you're not really sure what to post on the landing pages and whatnot, then I would encourage you to join the 7-day Facebook Ads Challenge. It's free. It's 7 15-minute short lessons that are going to walk you through. There's an entire section, I believe, on creating your landing pages. And also how to then launch an ad at the end by not boosting it and instead using the ads manager. All right. Let's see. Sorry, guys. All right. Wes asks, Easton, are you guys doing one-on-ones with wedding photographers? I'd love to possibly know the pricing structure for that. Yeah, absolutely. The pricing is different depending on where each of your businesses is at. So depending on how much work I have to do, the price changes. So just send me a PM if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, and we can jump on a call and we'll look over your business, see what it's like, where you're at, and then I can give you a quote. All right. All right. Joanne says, I had a delay getting on, so sorry if this was answered. How much would you recommend for starting budget with Facebook ads? Other helpful starting advice. So typically what you're going to want to do when you launch an ad, a lot of people's tendency is to put a bunch of interest all into that one ad, and then they launch it and they hope that it goes well. What you really need to be doing is launching a campaign with multiple different ad sets in it that target one interest specifically per ad set. And you're going to start with a $5 per day budget on those. So you're going to start really small. Facebook has a 3-day learning window where once you launch your ads, it's then going to say, take the criteria that you said you want that ad served to and the ad itself and start testing for you and seeing how people are reacting to it. After 3 days, you'll have the full statistics to show you whether it's working or whether it's not. And let's say you launched 10 ad sets, all with one individual interest per. After 3 days, you'll open those back up and you'll go, okay, well, these 7 didn't work at all. This one worked really, really well. These 2 were sort of semi-good, right? Then that's when you start combining the interest from the 3 that were more successful into one ad. That's how you create power ads, okay? But you have to figure out first what interests you're starting with. So in the beginning, you shouldn't be spending a ton of money. You should be testing. Unless you've bought our course and we've already given you all of the things that you need to be targeting, then I would probably raise your budget more to like, $20 a day or something like that for the time you're running the ad so that you can get tons of leads coming in. All right. All right. All right. So for photographers who do multiple types of photography, do you recommend lots of separate websites or subdomains on one site? So I'm not an SEO expert. However, the way that we've done it is with subdomains. Typically, that's how we like to do it. That way, each of your subdomains can rank, and yet you still have the number one, niche that you're targeting as your main website. But there's a great group called Fuel Your Photos. A guy named Corey runs that. It's an amazing group. He's one of the most knowledgeable people that I know. Another one is the Hopper Co. The Hopper Co., a guy named Brandon, he has a bunch of great resources, and he actually does free consults when you set up like a call with him. So that would be what I would recommend for that. All right. What are you reading to stay on top of all these tools for your business? I mean, when do you shoot? Well, right now I don't shoot because my entire state's still on lockdown. But typically we do about 10 weddings a year. And let's see, 2 years ago, we stopped taking weddings because we were planning on opening our boudoir studio. We have our boudoir studio, but not this past January, but the January before when we went to launch it, my wife ended up getting really ill and she spent about 6 months of the year in the hospital last year. And so it was kind of a tough year. So I had a little bit more time to spend with, keeping up to date on all the different tools and whatnot. But we've been doing this for, 5 years now at the same time as running a full studio where we did, 30 to 40 weddings a year. But now we tried to launch the boudoir studio again in January of this year. And then this whole COVID thing got in the way. So right now there's not tons of shoots going on. We do have a wedding coming up in June though, that they're not rescheduling. And so it looks like we're going to end up having to shoot it. but we'll see how that works out. But yeah, so we cut back on our shooting because we're trying to open our boudoir studio as soon as all this madness is over. All right. I feel like I don't know enough interest activities to run ads. How do you decide on those, or any tips? Again, download the 7-day Facebook ads challenge. Okay. I walk you through all of that. I'm screen sharing in the course and showing you the back end of Facebook and showing you where all the interests are that you can explore. You can just go and start typing things in and see if it pops up. So it's called the Audience Insights tab on the inside, on the back end of your Facebook Ads Manager. So go check that out. Yeah. So Chris said, are you doing one-on-one calls for ad help? Yes. If you guys are like in the middle of launching an ad, or you just need to jump on a call with me real quick, you don't want to do an 8-week coaching program, I do offer one-off Zoom sessions. You can hire me and we can jump on a Zoom session, and you can do it in hour increments or half-hour increments. So if you're interested in that or want more details on pricing and whatnot, just reach out to me, send me a Facebook message, and we will get that going. All right. Someone said, are you back shooting? No, I'm not shooting yet. We're hoping to soon, but our state got hit the worst, or one of the worst hit states in the country. And yes, guys, if you want the link to the cheat sheet, I'm going to post it in the group after this live so you guys can grab it. All right. How do I advertise my studio is offering a special senior influencer deal? I feel like I may have answered this already, but basically it's just like any other ad. If you have our course already, then it clearly explains that in there. If you don't have any idea where to even start, then make sure that you sign up for the 7-day Facebook ads challenge, because it's free and it will help you. It'll answer that question for you. All right. Someone said, we are taking your Facebook training. Can this be used with Instagram ads as well? Yes, they are the same platform, slightly different. But the ads manager is the same platform. So you launch your ads for Instagram and for Facebook from the Facebook ads manager. So everything applies. There's slight differences. For instance, when you run an ad on Facebook, the headline is going to be predominant. But when you run it on the same ad on Instagram, it's the way that it's laid out, right? You only see the first sentence of the post, of the description of the post, not the headline. So I always recommend, if you're going to run Instagram ads, you want to run just an ad for Instagram. You don't want to run an ad that shows on Instagram and Facebook, because there's going to be nuances to the two that don't necessarily work for the platform. So if you're going to run Instagram ads, the whole setup and everything is done on Facebook anyway. But just be mindful to look at the preview that they show you to see what's actually displaying. Because if your headline is not displaying as the first sentence, then you need to take that headline and copy and paste it into the body text, so that when it displays on Instagram, you'll actually be able to see it. Okay. All right. Why a power ad versus keeping the individual successful ads? It's helping to open up the audience. So if you are targeting weddings, right, and you're targeting people that are engaged, there may only be 10,000 people in your area within 25 miles of you that are actually engaged. But once you start adding in like wedding dress and all that other stuff, it expands that audience and keeps opening it up more and more and more. So if you get 3 of them that are working really well, instead of running just those 3, I mean, you can still keep those 3 running, right? But instead of just running those 3, create a new ad with those 3 combined into one, and it will go through the roof. Your cost will go down, and the amount of leads and everything that you get will go through the roof. All right. See, almost at the end of the questions. So if you guys got some more, just let me know. Let's see. How would you run ads for more than one location, different states? Would you use the same ad or specific location keywords? So I've done this a couple times. We worked with Carrie Driver. I believe she's in Alaska, but also runs ads to California and like the Lake Tahoe area. And so what we do is we just run, you only want to run one ad per location. Okay. So if you're located in Alaska and you want to run an ad to Lake Tahoe, then you only run that ad to Lake Tahoe and the surrounding areas of that location. You don't run an ad in Alaska and an ad in, like don't put a bunch of different geographic locations in an ad. Do one geographic location per ad. If you want to reach another set of people, then start a separate ad for that other location. All right. And someone says, is the 7-day Facebook ads challenge necessary to watch if you have purchased the membership? And the answer to that is no. The course itself, the membership course, goes way more in depth and teaches you exactly how to do the things that the 7-day ads challenge teaches you. So the 7-day challenge is more of here's what to do. And then the course tells you here's how to do those things. If that makes sense. All right. I think that's it for now. So we'll start wrapping it up. Guys, I really appreciate you tuning in. I love this group. You guys are amazing. All of these videos, we're going to start posting onto our YouTube channel. So if you're not following our YouTube channel, I'm posting it in the comments. A lot of you, miss things in this group because of the algorithm. And if you want to be able to just go to a place that you can see all the educational content that we put out, you can just go and follow us on YouTube. And if you subscribe, you'll make me super happy. And we'll become friends, which is awesome. All right, guys, I love it. You guys are awesome. Thanks for your interaction. Thanks for all the amazing questions. And stay tuned because next week we are 100% going to bring Dave Moss into this group, who is an incredible business coach. And we're going to be doing a series with him for every Tuesday in the month of June. So make sure you're in the group and you're ready for those because you're not going to want to miss them. He's an incredible guy, coaches people like Two Man Studios, Daniel and Davina, sorry. All right. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys, and I will talk to you next time. See ya.